Hey guys, this is Mike Tarallo with Qlik. In this video, I will present the Qlik platform demo. The platform demo not only demonstrates our core product capabilities, it also connects the full breadth of analytic use cases across the organization using one coherent storyline. In general, I will primarily play the role of an analyst that has been asked to review and verify various bits of information and show you how I use QlikSense to do so, using products from our portfolio. At the end of this video, you should be able to walk away with the following. 1. The Qlik Visual Analytics platform supports the full range of analytic use cases through a unique platform approach, which will allow an organization to accelerate into a data-driven business. 2. Qlik can support the full range of users, from the non-technical to the tech-savvy business analyst to the most advanced developer, ensuring that everyone across the organization is able to both gain value and contribute to becoming a data-driven organization. And 3. The Qlik Visual Analytics platform is an enterprise-class platform with the scalability, security, management, and architecture that can meet the needs of businesses of any size. Let's get started. Hello. So as you can see, I just received a phone call from my boss. He had some concerns about the morning sales report. Lately, we have been struggling with product distribution efficiencies to our stores, in turn affecting our revenue. Now, I'm not in the office yet. However, I have access to my Qlik Analytics over the internet and can see the same things he sees. So let me grab my iPad and see what's going on. Upon logging into the QlikSense Hub, I can see the same reports that are distributed to my boss. Let me take a look at the Apex Global Executive Report, created and distributed with Qlik and Printing. I see on page 2 that perishable goods are still a problem. I know that one of my colleagues did a lot of work preparing for our latest operational review, so I think I should review his latest narrative that he created based on that data and refresh my memory about some of the findings. Let me open the QlikSense app that has this information that I'm looking for. In the app overview, I navigate to data storytelling to find this narrative. So I see that quarterly revenue was on par with last year, and that revenue was impacted significantly in May. I see that in Q2, revenue was affected due to a resultant spoilage caused by the distribution lead time being greater than 4 days, with some lead times even being more than a week. I wonder if this is isolated to a particular product group or if this varies by product group. Let me take a look at this analysis in more detail at the point where this was captured, and view those selection states. I see I have some opportunity to interact with this analysis. However, let me finish reviewing the narrative and I'll come back to this later. Continuing to browse this story, I can see there are multiple opportunities for driving growth, such as these higher margin, low selling products. We may even be able to expand into the vitamins and pet supply markets. I'll take a further look at this when I get to the office. So I'm at the office now. I have access to the same Qlik environment, but this time from my computer's web browser. In addition to reports distributed to my hub, I also have access to a number of apps that can help me analyze the situation further. I'll open the same Apex Global Operations app from the Sales Analysis stream, which organizes and secures my various apps. Let's see if I can determine what's going on by taking a look at the Executive Dashboard sheet. As you can see, I have a complete picture of KPIs related to my operations. In fact, some of these visualizations, or widgets, were custom made by our power users, allowing us to present exactly what we want to fit our business. Let's navigate to another sheet to look at our profit and losses. This sheet provides great information, but I really want to see the scatter plot we saw earlier. However, I don't recall where it is. Fortunately, Qlik has a powerful visual search capability that allows me to not only search for dimensions and data values, but also visualizations. And there it is. Clicking this visualization brings me directly to the sheet where this scatter is placed. I can easily interact with the chart objects on the sheet, but I want to find information related to perishable levels, and I don't see that attribute on the sheet, as we didn't plan for this in the current app. Luckily, I have the Global Selections interface that gives me access to all the dimensions and values in my data. I'll take a look for perishable levels by typing perishable in the search box. Perfect. Now I can select the levels I am interested in, such as high and medium. We know that medium and high perishable items should be in stores within 4 days. However, based on what I see here, we still have some work to do. I'll save the selection state as a bookmark for later use, and I'll name it Perishable Long Delivery. Taking a closer look at the updated scatter chart and tree map, I think I might have found at least part of our problem. It looks like we are having an issue with meat and poultry and frozen foods, possibly related to chicken deliveries. Let's take a closer look at just chicken products. Back in the global selector, I can search for all dimensions that have description in the name. Take note to the color scheme used in these list boxes: green, white, and shades of gray. The green is showing me what we are currently looking at. The white is showing me what is related to the green selections. The light gray is showing me what is also related to my selections, but what we are not looking at. And the dark gray is showing me what is not related to any of my selections. Let's take a look for all products with chicken in the product description. Take note that frozen foods and meat and poultry are associated. Let me see what some of these items are. It looks like I have a number of chicken products in my selection. Now look at all of the Qlik items. I wonder how big the Qlik issue really is. I want to see what is going on with all of the Qlik's products, as this is our major supplier of chicken. Let me take a look at their shipments. It looks like they are experiencing significant delays in delivery. I'm going to need to set up a meeting with their rep soon. If needed, I can export these findings very easily to a number of formats that can be shared with the rep. So we uncovered a main cause of our impact on revenue. That's enough for now. As stated earlier, we also have the possibility of expanding into other markets. I'll take a quick look at which area we might be able to expand into. The product line performance sheet can help me do that. I see from the total sales by product group bar chart that the health and beauty category is our top performer. I'll drill in a bit further and see what item is the top seller. Let me change the sort order. And as we can see, it's vitamins. This may be the ticket to increasing our revenue. Luckily, I did not have to go back to a developer to make such minor changes to this chart. So we've learned a lot from this app, and it's been great. However, I would like to create my own sheet and some visualizations based off of the data structure that is already available in this app. To do so, I'm going to go to my Sheet Navigator, and I'm going to click Create New Sheet. And then I will edit my sheet. This will allow me to create my own visualizations in preparation for a meeting with my boss. Here in the master items, I can choose predefined visualizations. Here's that average lead time versus inventory. I can also choose total sales by product group. These are visualizations you saw earlier. I can also create my own visualization brand new by utilizing the available charts. Here, for a dimension, I'll choose Region Drill Down, And for the measure, profit year to date. And I'll also add a second measure, cost of goods year to date. And I'll change the appearance of this chart to stacked and horizontal. Now I have my own personal view that I could use in preparation for my meeting. At this time, I could also go to the Sheet Navigator and then publish the work that I've created and make that available to the broader community. That way, others who have access to this app will also benefit from my work. After uncovering the issues with chicken product deliveries and discovering that we were able to expand our business into the health and beauty market, what else could we do to improve and possibly expand our business? I know a lot of growth in the past has come from opening new stores in new locations. So I am going to start looking into these potential locations for expansion. I have a little bit of data here locally on my desktop with information about my stores and their locations. Okay, so within the same environment, I will go to my work area and I will create a new app and we'll call it Expansion Opportunities. I click Create, I click Open App. Now I'll navigate to the location where I have that data and I'm going to drop it right on top of that app and it'll upload it to my server. Here I'm provided with a visual view of my data tables. I'll switch over to the table mode and I will edit stores by store name because in this case the data is in a crosstab format and is not available for reporting just yet. By clicking on Pivot, I can then select my individual stores and pivot this data to make it available for reporting. And then here, I can rename my fields, store by name, or just call this store name, and call this number of stores. And then I could load that data. Next, I'll go to my associations view. And using visual data preparation, I can now associate these two data tables. For example, if I hold down stores by country, I can see by the green representation in the other table that there's a high percentage of column matches based off of the column name. I could link these together, and you can see that it automatically associated these two tables on store code. Now let's add some more data. We recently started subscribing to Qlik Data Market, which provides external syndicated data sources such as economic indicators, currencies, and demographics, to just name a few. I can use this external data with my internal data to get some outside context that can help me make some decisions. I have been looking around at all the great data that we have access to now. However, I want to start my analysis at a high level, so I'm going to use some economic indicators that are in the free Essentials package. So here I'll choose Essentials Free, and then I will choose Economy and Selected Developmental Indicators. Now the information that I have available in my internal data includes country information, so I'm going to choose Country. For the year or time period, I'll choose Most Recent, and for Indicator, I'm going to choose GNI per capita, PPP, current international dollar, population total, and GDP growth annual percentage. Then next, I can click Prepare Data. Qlik Data Market will automatically prepare the tables with the associated information. I can now take my geographical area, which contains my location information, and associate it with my stores by country. I now have a complete data model I can use for creating my analysis. I'll now load the data. And then at this point, I can click Edit the Sheet. Okay, to get started, I want to look at this information by country and the number of stores of each country. And then I also want to see the gross national income in correlation with those number of stores and countries. So to do so, I'm going to choose a combo chart. And then for the dimension, I'll choose country. And for the measure, I'm going to look for number of stores and choose sum. And that shows me number of stores by country. Now I'll go to my fields list, and what I'll do is grab the GNI per capita, and I'm going to drop that right on top of the chart, add that as a measure, and choose average. Now we'll make some adjustments to this chart. For average GNI, we'll give that label an aesthetic name. And then we'll choose the type of display marker. In this case here, we're going to choose the marker and make that a square, and choose the secondary axis. So now you can see both the number of stores and the correlation with the average GNI. Let's go to our measure number of stores, and let's call this number of stores. Let's go to our sort order and sort by average GNI. As you can see, countries indicating a higher GNI, as depicted by the red squares, in comparison to the number of stores in that country, could be considered targets where we will expand our market. Now, let's also take a look at the distribution of stores and color that by the average population density for each region. To do that, I'm going to grab a pie chart visualization. For dimension, I will choose region. And for measure, we'll also use number of stores. And click sum for the aggregation. Now we'll also drag in population. But notice as I drop it, I'm going to color by the measure average population total. Let's go to our label and change this to number of stores. And let's go to our appearance and change this to a donut chart. We could also change the label to population. We'll call this stores by region, colored by population. So very quickly, using local data on my desktop and external data from Qlik Data Market, I was able to determine the regions and countries I can target for my expansion. Good news, the meeting with my boss went well, and he agrees with my new ideas for expansion and wants us to share this with all the sales managers from within our CRM system. I plan on asking one of my developers, but I was told that it's pretty easy. Even I can do it. My Qlik admin provided me with access to the Developer Hub, a tool available within QlikSense that allows me to get started creating mashups, widgets, extensions, and provides tools for working with the QlikSense APIs. I was told I can get what I need using the Single Configurator, a simple utility that creates URL addressable content. In other words, anything I created in the default QlikSense interface, such as sheets and visualizations, can be made addressable via a URL. Let's give it a try. So previously, I created these two visualizations in the Expansion Opportunities app. So let me go to the Dev Hub and show you how I can access that app and those visualizations. From the menu, I will choose Dev Hub and then the Single Configurator. Now you'll notice from the list box that shows Select an App, I can choose the Expansion Opportunities app that I created in the default QlikSense interface. And then I can choose individual visualizations or the entire sheet. Now for this example, we are focusing on spending power with expanding in these specific countries where the number of stores and the correlation of average GNI are as follows. What we'll do is also show the selections bar, and I'll adjust a setting that will enable interactions within this particular chart object. Now you'll notice I have the URL available here. What I'll do is copy the URL, I'll open up a new tab, and I'll paste it in my browser. And now you can see that individual chart object is addressable via a URL, something I can now embed into my CRM, utilizing an iframe, or a web viewer object that comes with my CRM. Let me log into our CRM application and show you how a chart similar to this was embedded inside the application. Okay, I'm now at our CRM application and I will log in. And here I have a number of widgets that show information related to a number of opportunities and activities within the CRM. If I go to Dashboard, you will see similar KPIs and objects that we utilized within Qlik now embedded into the CRM application. In turn, turning insight into action by embedding visualizations along with workflow tools such as what's available within a CRM. You can also interact with all the visualizations, and you can see each object will update as they are automatically wired together. The information embedded into our internal CRM was so valuable to our sales team. Our IT department has already started building a custom portal for our distributors, so they can share the same insights around our expansion strategy with their customers. Let me take a sneak peek into what IT has developed so far. Okay, so I'm at the portal, as you see here, and I will log in. And upon logging in, we have a custom web page that displays information regarding margin, sales, and lead time, and also some information about grocery prices. Now, if we move over to expansion opportunities, you can see that this is a custom web page that has the spending power bar chart and the regional store counts pie chart that we created earlier in the Qlik interface embedded as part of the page. And these charts, just like the other ones, have complete interactivity and are wired together automatically. Hopefully you have seen how the Qlik Visual Analytics platform supports the full range of analytic use cases and users, ensuring everyone inside and outside an organization is able to contribute to or benefit from a data-driven business of any size.